right, welcome to the program Spring Trends on Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. A lot of things are happening in this country. As they say in Yoruba land, 10 is happening. Mewa and Shele. And we begin our stories this morning from Adamawa. You already know what's happening in Adamawa State. The elections, Adamawa is part of the states where we had inconclusive election on the 18th of March, and then INEC fixed April 15th, Saturday, for the supplementary election. But yesterday, some drama ensued in Adamawa. Let's start with the first piece of the drama.
President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, you have made history in electing the first female governor in our country.
I respect you as a father.
You cannot.
I respect you as a father. Please don't do this.
You cannot do this.
Please, so, as a father.
You are not the returning officer.
You are not the returning officer.
Wait for the returning officer. By no.
Oh no. Oh.
You are not the returning officer.
I plead with you with all due respect. Don't do this. Please don't do this. Fear God.
You are not the returning officer.
You are fasting. You are fasting. And Almighty Allah is watching you.
You are not the returning officer. You cannot make this result.
Almighty Allah is watching you.
You cannot be.
Fear Allah.
You cannot.
Fear Allah.
You cannot.
It's unfair.
There's nothing at all. There's not.
Fear Allah.
They cannot return.
What are you saying?
You cannot. No. No.
Let's go. There is a God.
No. There's nothing like that.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
No. You are not.
No. It can't happen. This is not fair. You cannot follow it. It's not fair.
No.
Fear Allah.
You cannot.
You see, based on
No. You cannot. No. Okay, it's about like.
the APC support the highest vote.
No. How?
Thank you very much.
How?
I decided to show you the entirety of that video so you can see what happened. The man was being begged and told that, please don't do this in the name of God, we're begging you, but he didn't listen. Now, immediately after the announcement, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, put out a statement immediately. What did INEC say? INEC said, breaking news, the attention of the commission has been drawn to a purported declaration of winner in the Adamawa governorship election by the resident electoral commissioner, REC, even when the process has clearly not been concluded. 2, the action of the REC is a usurpation of the power of the returning officer. It is null, void, and of no effect. Consequently, the collation of results of the supplementary election is hereby suspended. The REC, returning officer, and all involved are hereby invited to the commission's headquarters in Abuja immediately. Detailed statement to follow shortly. Signed by Festus Okoye, National Commissioner, Information and Voter Education. Now, immediately after this was given out, Auntie Binani Aisha Dahiru, who is at the center of this storm, went on national television, the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, to deliver an acceptance speech. I mean, the election had not even been concluded. They were still collating results. Somebody had taken another person's power to declare election results, and you went on TV to give an acceptance speech. Let's take a listen to our acceptance speech.
President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, you have made history in electing the first female governor in our country, Nigeria. This will no doubt broaden political participation by encouraging our daughters, sisters, aunties, mothers, and indeed the girl child.
Well, she did mention there that President Buhari elected the first female governor. We don't know what that means. Some persons have some permutations for it, but we don't know. Now, immediately after that video surfaced, INEC released another statement, but it was a build-up. It was an elongation of the initial statement. Let's take a look at that press release. Suspension of collation in the Adamawa governorship election. They said the things they said first, and then added another paragraph saying that the commission is deeply disturbed by the harassment of 2 national commissioners deployed to the state to ensure a peaceful and credible supplementary election. We urge the security agencies to provide them with necessary security and ensure that nothing untoward befalls them. The 2 national commissioners, the returning officer, and other staff of the commission must be allowed to perform their duties without let or hindrance. The commission will not condone any act of lawlessness or brigandage targeted at our officials or the process. Now, that implies that some of those officials of INEC may be under threat, or they may be under some sort of hindrance. But that was not all in the drama. The incumbent governor of Adamawa State, Ahmadu Umar Fintiri, also came out to give a statement on the way things had played out in his state. Let's take a listen to Governor Fintiri.
Rendered the election inconclusive. As civilized citizens who were committed to a democratic echo, we accepted the situation in good faith and prepared for the rerun. Yesterday, Saturday, the 15th of April, the rerun was held peacefully across the state. The appropriate officers are now commenced the process of collation. The first round of collation went on well, with 11 local government collated, before the process was adjourned to continue today, 16th of April at 11 a.m. Just when we are waiting for the resumption of the collation, the REC this morning took up a tax he is not constitutionally empowered to do by making an illegal announcement of the outcome of the election without result. This action is no doubt prerogative, but in this situation, I appeal for calm, as always. I assure you that as your leader, I will ensure nobody downs your democratic rights.
A lot of things are happening, or 10 is happening in this country. But in fact, 15 is happening in Adamawa State. So now let's take the comments on that story and what's happening. We begin with Maurice Monnier. Maurice Monnier is our first commentator here this morning, and he says, what even busts my head is the REC announced her winner. No single figure or data announced. She's hereby declared winner. Just like that, the guy at the background was asking how. And of course, that's what he should have asked. Akin Olaoye says, Mr. Integrity at Muhammadu Buhari, who many expected will clean up the impunity and gross corruption in Nigeria, has gifted us the most corrupt government system since independence. The brazen corruption and impunity being displayed by INEC in Adamawa is nothing but disgusting. What has this country become? Senator Shehu Sani says, the Adamawa REC even has policemen by his side to announce the coup. The coup is in quote. Premier Sadiq Tade says, Binani no fear God. Inside Ramadan, them announce you without result. You dey read acceptance speech. But at least let's fear God in this country. Demagogue says, there is no difference between what Mahmoud did with the presidential election when he announced the result in the midnight with what the Adamawa REC did today. Both are actionable, treasonable felonies committed before the gleeful watching eyes of the world. Ini Bihe Ifyong says, because of the insolent and reckless go-to-court refrain, people now go to length to rubbish the electoral process and then taunt the victims to seek the intervention of the court. The belief is that our courts do not dispense electoral justice. The judiciary should be worried. The impetus of the Adamawa REC is actuated by a disdain for rule of law and the judicial system. Judges and lawyers in Nigeria must rise up and salvage the image of the legal profession. Offenders should tremble when victims go to court. They shouldn't be urging them to do so. Nefertiti says, Hudu Yunusa isn't the returning officer of the governorship election, yet he walked into a collation center to declare APC's Aisha Binani winner without reading the vote scored by a contestant. Isn't that treason? This INEC and APC marriage is a devilish union, to say the least. Mavis Ikpeme says, we are sinking further down into the abyss of lawlessness. The same lawlessness without consequences is what gave the INEC rec in Adamawa the impetus to announce a result in favor of Aisha Binani without collation instead of a returning officer. Even though he has been arrested, INEC's impunity fueled his guts in the first place. Tosin XMT says, as much as I want to see women win, I do not support the shenanigans from the Adamawa rec. How could you announce Aisha Binani the winner of election without proper vetting and scrutiny? It is undemocratic. Chikta says, careful what you legitimize. The wrong at INEC official made a declaration before results were done in Adamawa. A 7th minister, Festus Keyamo, was already waking up in the US and thanking God, and some were already telling Fintiri to go to court. Careful what you legitimize. Abubakar Hama Galafi says, if there's any other chances for Binani, I think this wreck cost her everything. The victory has seen, the world has seen this already, and no amount of tricks can justify the woman's victory. He was begged in the name of God and reminded that he's fasting, yet he went further to make the announcement. Yusuf FS says, the Adamawa rec didn't just wake up to confront the Constitution and the INEC guideline. It followed the precedents that has been set already. Welcome to a system of anyhowness. When you complain, people will tell you that you are not patriotic. Everybody go collect. Kayode Oshinobi says, INEC had about a month to prepare for supplementary elections but still couldn't get it right. Results were declared in Government House in Edo. Adamawa rec declared elections, result without result sheet, violence in some parts of Kano, etc. Democracy is shaking, and I am also shaken. Mr. Elbonga says the Adamawa rec's decision to declare Binani winner is totally surprising and somewhat akin to military dictatorship. Many of us want Binani to win, but not in this manipulated, desperate, and do-or-die manner. Allow the process to be concluded. This is desperation at its best. Odogu says there is no difference between Yakubu and the Adamawa rec that declared winner in the absence of the returning officer of the state. They both committed treasonable offenses. Shame on you, Yakubu, and your accomplices. But that's all on that story. Those are the comments that we have for you on what is happening in Adamawa. This was my reaction yesterday when I saw it. I first removed my glass like this. I checked my eye. Wait, Abi, my glass is not working anymore. But actually it was working. It's just that they wanted to carry us handicap in Adamawa yesterday. So let's go to Kogi State. Remember last week we saw some back and forth between Governor Wike, Nyesom Wike of Rivers, and Senator Dino Melaye of Kogi. And now it seems that Dino Melaye is having the last laugh at the moment. Let's see what happened there. Dino Melaye pulled the highest number of votes in the PDP primary and won the election. So we'll start with Phoenix, who's our first commentator. It says, now that Dino has emerged winner of a free and fair primary in Kogi State, I hope all the aspirants will get behind him and deliver Kogi to PDP. To the Southern Agenda people, we await how you will spin this to support a local government having 16 years of continuous leadership in Kogi State. Demola Olarewaju says, congratulations to Senator Dino Melaye on his victory at the PDP primaries, and congratulations to the entire Kogi PDP family in the state for a rancor-free party primaries without parallel factions. INEC should come and enroll here to learn how to conduct electoral contest. Sadiq Tadi says, Dino Melaye lost at the Kogi West primary last year, but he didn't let that get to him. He worked hard and extra hard for Atiku and PDP. He has just been declared winner of the Kogi PDP Guba primaries. I wish him well. I believe he has a chance if the party is united in Kogi. Esteem says, lessons have just been learned in Kogi PDP and doubts too have been cleared. Dino Melaye has been officially declared winner of the PDP gubernatorial primaries, defeating his closest rival, one Kingsley Idoko, by 116 margin. Dino 317, Idoko 201. Lessons. Sheo Chukudi bin Analo says, Dino Melaye wins PDP's gubernatorial candidate slot in Kogi State. It's going to be an interesting battle in Kogi. Otumba, man like IC, says, I want Dino Melaye to win Kogi election. Anything to displace the Yahaya Bello structure in that state is fine by me. And he continues by saying that Dino Melaye should pick that Natasha Akpoti, as his deputy, and he will stand a big chance of winning the Kogi Guba election. Yaya Bello destroyed that state. His party shouldn't win again. Our next comment comes from Ima I.K. Ume. It says, at least nobody will say they rigged for Dino. Kogi East were not united. Just imagine the votes Idoko and Barrister Usman Kabiru got. It would have been more than that of Dino. Idoko got 201 and Usman got 121. Not to talk of Wada that got 77. That's coming from Ima I.K. Ume. And Iyalaya says, PDP just lost Kogi again with Dino as their gubernatorial candidate. And Alaibi Joseph Nana says, Satan used Wike to make the people of Kogi State support Dino Melaye in the PDP governorship primaries. Wike should do another press conference by November before the governorship elections to support another candidate, so the people of Kogi will say, Kogi no be Rivers. Well, still talking about elections and elections, we move over to Kano State. In Kano State, something interesting has happened. Alassane Dogua has won the House of Reps seat amid murder trial. He polled 41,573 votes to defeat his major challenger, Yushau Salisu of the New Nigeria's People Party, who polled 34,831 votes. Now, the gist is that this man is standing trial for the alleged murder of 15 people. These people were burnt to death. A standing trial was granted 500 million naira bail. And the same person has now won an election and interestingly has a shot at being Speaker at the House of Representatives. Let's take the comment on that. Mind you, because of all the issues, we'll be leaving you with a very beautiful video coming out from the camp of the Nigerian Super Falcons, just to rinse away the sadness and anger. But let's take comment on the issue concerning Alassane Dogua now. Adetutu Balogun begins our conversation this morning. She says, House Majority Leader Ado Dogua, who is facing murder charges, re-elected. Nigeria is a crime scene. Oluwatobi Adedeji says, Ado Dogua, that dastardly murdered 15 people in Kano during the general elections, was arrested and granted a 500 million naira bail, has finally won an HOR seat despite committing such a heinous crime. A murderer as a national lawmaker. What? And his supporters would call obedient fascist. Ayodele Lawal Adio says, Nigeria desperately needs social scientists. How is it that Dogua's political career continues to enjoy support despite the violence, arson, and murder that dominated his re-election? What is it about us that glorifies violence and excuses incompetence? Clarita Olga says, Ado Dogua just got re-elected into the HOR for the 5th time after allegedly murdering 15 people. Since his first term in 1992 till date, he has not sponsored any bill on the floor of the House. Some interesting comments there now coming from Clarita Olga. We have another comment. Morocco Ibrahim 14 says, in a sane society, Dogua will not be contesting for election. He will rather be in jail for the crimes he was charged for. But everything in Nigeria is different. He's being celebrated over here. Kai Jama is coming from Morocco there. Now, we're still bringing you conversations on this man. Let's take the next one now. Basilabia says, I can't tell you how much this Dogua news has me boiling mad. I have not felt this level of anger since the gubernatorial elections weekend. I wish I felt no emotions for Nigeria, but that is impossible. How did the murderous demon get away with it? Fisa Bilahi, that's coming from that person there. Ensaz Amadebi says, welcome to Nigeria. Ado Dogua, oh my goodness. Well, a country where terrorists are tagged, repentant, and reintegrated back to the society, murder or commit a crime, you will be compensated with a public office. Keep your fingers crossed. You will see more soon. Now, these are the issues happening in Nigeria at the moment. These are the issues happening in Nigeria at the moment, and we have a lot of problems going on right now. You know, and we need God. We need deliberate leadership, and we need a lot of things. We need a lot of things to work out. Now, so let me tell you also that this man that was arrested is the House leader of the House of Representatives. That's where he is leading the House, and now he's been re-elected for a fifth term since 1992, and a lot of problems attached to his re-election. I don't know why we're still having that problem now in this country, but let's see if the law would run its course and if things would change. Okay, so now let's end the show for you. That's why we end the show this morning. We've told you all the things happening around Nigeria, a lot of controversies starting from Adamawa to Kogi to Kano. But that was all on the show this morning. My name is Emmanuel Ojadigele. Follow me on social media at EM Ojadigele, and also follow our station on all our social media handles on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter at WSTV_NG. And also you can check us out on YouTube, and do well to subscribe to us so you can follow all of our content on social media. Again, I'll leave you with the Super Falcons, Asisat Oshoala Agbabola and her babies, who were participating in the trending flip challenge. It was the Gift Monday who won that challenge. But let's see how she defeated Asisat Oshoala. And that's where we end the show this morning. Happy Monday, happy new week. I wish you the best of the week. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Fine now. Who go first play? Now you.
Are you dashing me for
Small
you?
babies first. Wait, I will start. Monday won't start again.
No.
I beg now.
Who does that? Agabola.
Discussing your mother in public.
You meant to. Give it to them.
But you know go funny if you don't do one.
No, Monday you will give her to try it.
I said, you know go funny.
Monday.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Last one, yeah. So do
Go out. Let this so
That's rude. Now you're being rude.
Monday, last shot.
Honestly, fact or not different. This junior players don't get respect.
You're supposed to fight intentionally.
Yeah.
You're supposed to. Why we say drop that third one?
Well, no. I'm not disgracing Madu and
Back in the days, they don't do this.
Father.
I'll give you this one.
It's
Father, if I win, I'll give you this one.
God is testing your faith.
Oluwa,